I'm Mr. Gilder, the Director of Music here at St Saviour's and St Olave's School. We're a church school, but not all the music we do is religious. We focus on producing outstanding musicians and providing outstanding opportunities for our learners to develop into excellent musicians. We have a team of first-rate instrumental tutors here who I lead, and our focus is on making sure every one of our students is able to become the best musician they can be. Every A-level student at St Saviour's and St Olave's School gets a 50-minute instrumental lesson free of charge with a professional music teacher every week. This provides opportunity for those students to really get into the repertoire that's going to suit them and enable them to get the highest grades they possibly can when it comes to exam time. With a large amount of performance opportunities at St Saviour's, for us, extracurricular is linked intrinsically with our curriculum. It's a key part of what we do. It's a key part of what being a musician is about, is making music. So all of our A-level students take place in really high standard extracurricular, like our choirs, our orchestra, and take part in concerts all over the country. Quite recently we performed Mozart's Requiem at Birmingham Symphony Hall. All of our A-level students came on that through the music class. Our A-level students get one-on-one composition lessons once a week with a professional composer. Over the last few years, that's really enabled us to unlock some really high marks and for some students to produce some really fantastic work. It's been really exciting to listen to. We have really high expectations for our students at St Saviour's. It's one of the reasons that we get such great results. That, along with our commitment to making sure that they get as many opportunities as they can, as much support as possible, mean that we get some really excellent results.
Hi, my name is Nadia Kudre and I study music A-level at St Saviour's and St Olave's. I chose to study music here because this school has lots of opportunities. For example, when we went to the festival hall and we performed West Side Stories Mambo with lots of other schools, and it was a really great opportunity to show off our musical talent, but also learning like how to be an ensemble with other students. I really enjoyed going to that performance because it really showed me that learning music here is like a really good choice, because there are lots of other opportunities that you can do, and these are stuff that you can really get good experience on. Another reason why I chose to study music A-level here is because the specifications that we do is EDUCAS, which means that we don't have to specifically study just one set piece and what makes that specific genre unique. So for example, you can learn all the content over the course of the 2 years, so you have a longer time to learn it and actually understand it. So this is really also beneficial for when you're doing your compositions, because instead of having to do 4 over the space of the 2 years, you have 2. And so because you have a lot of time and you have the amazing teachers here, you'll have a better chance of perfecting your composition. At this school, I do electric bass guitar, and I learn here 50 minutes a week for free, and this would be done in my free period, so it wouldn't mess with any of my other lessons. And it is really good here because they have amazing teachers who know lots of different genres, and so they can perfect a style which is really unique to you and that you can enjoy to the full potential.
One reason why I decided to stay at St Saviour's is because the music department is one of the best that I've seen. One of the few schools that allow such great equipment. There's got such good staff. There's free music lessons, and the department is overall just a nice place to be in. From previous experience, I've seen that there's many opportunities that you get whilst you're studying music. I went to Birmingham to perform Mozart Requiem with other schools, and it was a really great experience. Coming here allowed me to complete all my ABRSM exams, including grade 5 theory exam and my grade 8 ABRSM singing exam, which I passed with a distinction from the help of the amazing staff here. And because it's such a small sixth form, there's so much one-to-one help, so you're never left alone. You've got so much support from all the teachers and staff, regardless if it's the main music teacher, other singing teachers, or brass instrument teachers. When it comes to composition, you have so much help from a professional composer, Miss Watkins, who helps you and gives you one-to-one lessons so she knows your work is at the top.
Hi, I just wanted to go through this PowerPoint overview of the music course that we offer at St Saviour's. Music's a very well supported and resourced department at St Saviour's and the Doe School. Our aim is to develop students' musicianship and give every student who studies here the opportunity to become the very best musician that they can possibly be. To that end, we offer the A-level course as opposed to any other pathways, as we see it as a highly valuable qualification for our students, one that fosters creativity, develops musical skills, and is combined with a really rigorous academic aspect, which makes it a very sought-after qualification for universities. And finally, for us, the supercurricular is a key part of our curriculum. We think it's vital that all students who take music beyond Key Stage 4 here develop as musicians, and that means taking part in one of the many performance opportunities that we provide for our students here. Why might you choose A-level music? So if it's something which you studied before, Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4, if you study things which you enjoy, you're more likely to achieve a high grade. And that's borne out by some of the results which our students have got here. Music, as well as being a creative subject, is highly academic. It isn't just sitting down and listening to pieces of music and having a chat, which of course those of you who take GCSE music will know. At St Saviour's, we have an excellent music department which will support your development into becoming the best musician you can be. And of course, music as a subject demonstrates a number of highly desirable transferable skills. We think people who become really good music students are people who have a passion for your instrument or for singing, people who perform a lot and enjoy performance, and want a course which is going to provide opportunity to perform in and go to concerts. We perform in many concerts every year, church services, concerts in concert halls, and we do go to concerts fairly frequently as part of our course. If you've enjoyed music at GCSE level and you want to take it further, then A-level music really could well be the course for you. And if you're planning to apply to university, music's a very good subject. Music's a subject which is highly valued by Russell Group universities as well as other universities. I always think it's really important to say that music as a subject is not a subject which is going to hold you back when you apply to universities. It's respected by Oxbridge, Russell Group universities, and is really a subject which is highly sought after by them. We study the EDUCAS course at St Saviour's and St Olave's School. We prefer that course because it builds on the knowledge and skills that you've acquired during GCSE. As you'll see later on, it allows for you to specialise in an area that you think is more important. And the standard for performance is grade 6 in singing or performance. That's ABRSM grade 6. It's split into 3 parts, the course. The first is performing. As I said earlier on, you can choose to specialise in performance or composition, whichever one is your strength. Most of our students specialise in performance, but you can choose which one you want to specialise in at the end of year 12 with ease. Performing is assessed by a visiting examiner in the school hall. So an examiner will come in and you'll perform your programme to them and they will mark it for you. Students put together a 10 to 12 minute programme of music which shows a range of styles. Some of those have to be related to areas of study that we've looked at, but again, that's one of the things which we'll work through with you when you're here. It has to be a minimum level of grade 6 ABRSM, and towards this, students receive a 50-minute free instrumental or singing lesson every week, which we timetable in a free period, and we prepare for this over the course of 2 years. Students can opt for one of their coursework modules to be weighted in favour of their strength, and the other one of those, of course, is composition. Again, either 25 or 35%. This is sent off to the exam board for assessment. You work over the 2 years to put together a portfolio of 2 compositions with a combined length of 4 to 6 minutes. That's slightly more if you opt for the 35% option. Composition 1 must be in a Western classical style. And composition 2 is completely free. You can choose to do whatever you like. Students receive support one-to-one on composition, and we make sure we consistently produce compositions that are of an exceptionally high quality. Our students do very well in coursework, both at GCSE and at A-level, and it's one of the things which means that we can get the highest grades that we do here. The final part is the listening exam. That makes up 40% of the final exam, of the final mark. It's a 2 hour and 15-minute exam, which is divided into 3 parts. The first area of study A is the Western classical tradition. That you have to do that, everybody has to do it. And that equates to 40 out of the 100 marks in the paper. That is listening tasks and writing essays based on 2 symphonies that you will have studied in advance. One study which is really very detailed, and the other which is a working knowledge of it. Those symphonies are Haydn's London Symphony and Mendelssohn's Italian Symphony. Areas of study B, C or D, you get to choose one of those, and they are rock and pop, musical theatre or jazz. That makes up 30 marks out of the 100. That area of study is all general listening tests to music you won't have heard before. So putting your listening skills to good use, describing what you can hear in terms of compositional techniques, what's happening with the instrumentation in that track, how it's been composed, different things that you'll have studied in real detail over the course, and then will apply to other pieces of music you won't have heard in advance. An area of study E or F, we will choose only one of into the 20th century and into the 21st century. Last year we did into the 20th century. That studies 2 set works. For the 20th century, that is Poulenc's Trio for oboe, bassoon and piano, and Debussy Nuage. And that's a combination of skills for that final 30 marks. Looking at the set work, it's 2 essay questions, looking at the set work, and then also another piece that is a listening test. What do lessons look like in A-level music? So a lot of the lessons are discussion based. We have a lot of set works to cover and a lot of listening skills to try and develop. So we listen to lots of pieces of music, we discuss them in details, and we look at specific areas, things that we know the exam board are going to look for, as we do at GCSE. This is guided quite often by the scores, which you'll get copies of, as well as by a study guide, which you'll also get a copy of. But taking notes is a really important part of this, and keeping really good notes, which will help you when you're writing your essays. A lot of our listening is guided by that study guide, the EduClass study guide. And we use a wide variety of media to keep you informed and hopefully entertained. We look at lots of videos of musical theatre. There's an awful lot of films that we study. We use a lot of things. It's good. The most successful students are those who commit fully to the course, those who continue working towards a BRSM or other equivalent qualifications, take part in all of the extracurricular things that we offer, make sure you're joining in with the choir and carol services, really focusing on developing your musicianship both as a soloist and ensemble player. And we have a library of scores and recordings in the music department, which are for the sole use of A-level students. So I hope that you take A-level music. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I look forward to seeing you.